My name is Steve Smith. This is TQA Weekly. If ever you have any questions, comments, suggestions, topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com. Go to my website, tqaweekly.com, where you can interact with others on this episode and past others. Use the subscribe page to actually find out other ways of subscribing to the show, including newsletter, and use the contact page to email me directly. And of course, if you're already on YouTube, you can always do it down below. And of course, if you want to make this show go better, go to patreon.com/TQA Weekly. All the links are down below. Today's topic is all about the battle of encryption versus the government. So in California, because a lot of people like me, I'm Canadian. So first of all, I'm bad in geography. I know it happened in California. I don't really keep in touch with that specific detail. It's a shame. It should never happen, but it's not to the point of today's topic. Today's topic has to do with how you are in fact affected by these kinds of changes and by these kinds of acts by governments when it comes to your own privacy, because this is literally what it comes down to. So this battle of encryption versus the government is stirring up a lot of fuss in the news, because this is the FBI going against one of the biggest tech-driven companies, Apple, and Apple not backing down, and for very good reasons, by the way. So if you're the type of person who actually agrees with the FBI, turn this show off, because I'm not talking to you, has nothing to do with you, and I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to all those people out there that actually believe that privacy is a right, not a privilege. And this is one of the things that this is going to affect. Already that governments out there think that this phone, any phone, is a device, not an extension of your memory, not an extension of your personal thoughts and being. It is probably the best and worst device you carry with yourself all the time. It has more information about you and where you have been than most other devices you will have, because it connects to cell phone towers all over the places. All of your text messages, all of your emails and pictures and everything are on a single device. That's what's actually the problem right now. Encryption itself is math. And math itself cannot be changed. To change it is to change its natural well-being. 2 plus 2 will always equals 4. But if you wanted to predict what would happen to the information if it was being encrypted in this way, you would actually put an extra number in there. Obviously, we know that if we add an extra number in there, it no longer equals 4. Now, that is what we will call a very simplified backdoor. But the backdoor puts a hole in it, and that hole can be exploited by anybody. Even if the government were to say that only one person can use this thing one time, no. We all know this is false. This is a farce. Many of us have long memories and know that governments around the world have a tremendous inability of making sure they don't lose equipment, laptops, hard drives, and even USB jump drives containing information that is periodically even unencrypted. At one point, UK's, let's say, 50% of UK's social security numbers were out in the open for one drive. That gives you an idea of how much information is now in the wind. Millions upon millions of people's personal information is already compromised, and further compromising it is in itself immoral and unethical. So what's happening is these big tech companies are backing Apple, like Facebook, Microsoft, and even Google's itself. And we're actually at a point where even the United Nations is backing Apple, citing that it would be a dangerous international precedent. This should give you an idea of just how bad it is. But if you don't know how bad it is, go and watch the show Continuum for fun and see how the modern future world is. They don't have privacy in there. Everybody's indebted to a government that's controlled by corporations, which kinda is the United States, and nobody has any privacy whatsoever. All they have is they have to work off a debt that they will never pay off whatsoever in that show. And that is where we're heading towards. We're going to end up with no private life, no private thoughts, and an inability to have freedom of speech. If the government knows before you what you're going to say, and if you think I'm joking, look at North Korea and look at China, where people are basically paid to spy on their own neighbors. This is where we're heading to. And it's a very dangerous technological precedent to allow governments to suddenly influence the way devices are made. It's an encryption arms race. And this arms race allows us to be more secure so that we're not protecting pedophiles and criminals and terrorists. Encryption protects us from them, allowing us to transfer information over the internet in a way that you can now guarantee that the right person is getting and not everyone on the internet. So this is why this kind of fight is very bad for all Americans and everyone around the world. If the FBI somehow were to win and Apple had to create a program which we don't even know is possible right now, it's only theoretically possible, then what will end up happening is all of a sudden terrorists, criminals, and pedophiles will have encryption and we won't. And that is the dangerous precedent that they're going to set up for everyone on this world, where now the arms race of encryption only protects the bad guy and not the good guy. Like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, leave your comments down below, and of course don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to make this show better, go to tqaweekly.com/support us or go to patreon.com/tqaweekly. Have a great day and goodbye.